ready to go, and we're here to talk football. It's Sunday, but there was a game on Thursday night, and we got to talk about this. We got to bring this up, and you know what I like to do? I like to let fans speak their mind. And so we got a friend and another host of the show, Mr. Colin Walsh. Colin,
hello.
How are you doing today, man? Are you okay, man?
Well, I like Sundays where the Steelers aren't playing because it's a lot less stressful to watch Red Zone than to constantly going, where are the Steelers? What's happening? Do we throw an interception again? What's Matt Canada up to? You know, those things.
Oh yeah, obviously.
So it's a lot less stressful to have the game already out of the way in a few days.
Very true. Very true. Now you can't, on the bright side, you didn't travel 9 hours to see your team get beat and not even score in the first half. So, you know, they're positive.
Yeah. We're traveling 5 hours next week for the Steelers-Jets game, so if that goes bad.
Like Joe Flacco.
Woo!
Hey,
it's the Steelers.
No, Zach Wilson's going to be back next week. It's going to be Zach Wilson.
Zach will be back?
Yeah, he'll be back. I saw it today. Zach Wilson's projected to play against the Steelers.
1 and 3.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, look, let's dive into the game real quick because there is questions I want to ask if they get to 1 and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not see, the Browns got the W, beating the Steelers 29-17. Now, the score makes it look a lot different. Obviously, as we know, there was a touchdown scored at the end of regulation because
touchdown.
Yeah, the Steelers tried to pass it back and forth. It would have been 23-17. Want to shout out our guy, Sydney. You want to talk about a bad beat. This guy would have stood to win, I think it was like $800 if he would have got the 23-17 score. And then that last score, obviously, he was not able to do it. And he got the L. I feel for you, brother. But Pittsburgh, you lose again, back-to-back weeks. Talk to me about that, Colin. What are you thinking, man?
All right, so there's the elephant in the room that everybody's like, oh, yeah, it's the quarterback situation. I want to bring up something different, which I think is the major problem for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And his name is Matt Canada. Matt Canada is the offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who used to be one of the coaches over at Pitt and failed so badly he left and somehow failed upwards into the Steelers organization. Matt Canada sucked last year. We wanted him thrown into the Ohio River last year. And we brought him back because we thought it was all on Ben, which, to be fair, Ben couldn't throw more than 10 yards, so Matt Canada had to do a lot of weird plays. But we bring in Mitch Trubisky, who can throw. And Matt Canada still draws up these 3-yard plays, these weird run plays that just aren't working. We aren't throwing the ball. We have 3 really good receivers and a good tight end, and we can't do anything with it. We play, I do hate Canada. Not the country, Matt Canada specifically. He gives all Canada a bad name. Tomlin's winning streak, not in jeopardy. We'll go 9-8 this year. I'm confident in that.
There you go.
Anyway, so Matt Canada is drawing up all these good plays, and they aren't working. We can't seem to get anything done. The only time we got anything done was when Matt Canada was actually calling these good pass plays in the second quarter, and we played our best offense we played all year. We played in the second quarter. We used tempo. We used passes over the middle. We used specific play styles that got receivers open, and we marched down the field twice and scored twice. And then after that, Matt Canada was like, oh, that worked. Let's never do that again. Which, it was hard to watch. Us go from, oh, my God, our offense looks great, and then we went back to the same old football, which is nothing.
Yeah.
Well, Colin, can I ask you something, Colin? Yeah.
Yes.
No, I want to ask you something seriously because, again, I saw Mitch play here in Chicago for the 4 years that he was here, right? And 3 years, whatever it was. And I always felt like the coaches didn't do him any justice here either. They didn't play to his strengths, even though I know he has trouble reading defenses. But I just felt like their system was totally the wrong one for him. But yet they continued to run it and then blame him when it didn't go right. Now, if what you're saying is true, my friend, it seems like Mitch is caught in another situation that's very similar to that one. And I know he came out last week and started talking about, hey, I'd like to pass more. I want to air it out more. I want to do this. I want to do that. Do you feel like this is a situation where if the play calling continues like this, Mitch is just going to get blamed again and he'll just be riding the pine by week 6 or 7 when Kenny Pickett comes in?
I think it's already happened. I think it's already happened within the NFL media. I think Mitch is already taking way more blame than he should be taking for the mistakes of the offensive play calling, specifically Matt Canada's play calling. When we saw it in the Thursday night game, and we've seen it before that, when Mitch plays to his strengths, when he plays the mobile quarterback, when he is able to move around in the pocket, he's able to move around and find open receivers and get the ball downfield. One thing I will say about Mitch, I think he's very stressed out because he knows his NFL career lives and dies by this season. He's too afraid of making mistakes that he isn't thinking about making plays. So everything he does are the really safe things, which is good because it gets us first downs. But after a while, it can't be replicated over and over again because we're going to see those check downs, and you're going to make Mitch think, okay, now I have to throw it deep because they're reading these and they're moving their cornerbacks up. And he does that, and he throws really bad balls into like double coverage or just overthrows receivers because he's just really worried about making mistakes.
Yeah.
Turning this back around Matt Canada, he's not giving him anything more to deal with. I mean, Matt Canada's play calling has been atrocious the past 3 weeks. We had 4 or 5 turnovers against the Cincinnati Bengals and put up 1 touchdown off all of them. How does that happen? I know how it happens. It happened to the Steelers before. Like 3 or 4 years ago, we played the San Francisco 49ers and turned them over 5 times and lost. So it's nothing new to Steelers fans to watch that happen. We got lucked out that their long snapper got hurt, and we were able to block an extra point, and they doinked the field goal, and Boswell made his field goal. We lucked out. It's the only reason we are not currently 0-3.
Very true statement, because you guys you are that close to 0-3, and I really wonder, and I'm going to ask this later, Nathan, you got a question for my guy, man. Talk to him.
Yeah, what's going on, Colin? Question for you.
Hello.
So there are so-called Steeler fans in the media that have, as Nick said, have done nothing but trash Mitch Trubisky. My question to you is, everyone has been wanting to put Kenny Pickett in the starting position. Does Kenny Pickett fix the issues offensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers? And then my second part is, if it doesn't, who's taking responsibility for that?
I do not think Kenny Pickett solves any issues for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't think plugging him in, especially with this offensive scheme and this offensive coordinator and what we've seen, I think we throw him in now behind an offensive line that is still getting it together. Our pass protection has been really good. Our run blocking still needs to work, but our pass protection these last few weeks has been pretty good. But still, we throw him into there, especially against the murderer's row of defenses we face, not only in the AFC North, but in the AFC in general. I think Kenny Pickett's going to face a lot more pressure than he did when he played at Pitt. He's going to be a lot more stressed. He has to make better reads, and I don't think he's able to do that unless he has more protection. And without that protection and without specific play calling to his style and to what suits him, I don't think Kenny Pickett will solve anything. Now, to answer your second question, where do I think the blame lies? I put the blame specifically on 3 people within the Steelers organization. First off, whoever's letting Matt Canada stay in charge, whether it be the GM or whether it be Mike Tomlin or whether it be somebody higher up in the organization, whoever is keeping Matt Canada slotted in as our offensive coordinator needs to stop. He needs to get Matt Canada out. It didn't work last year. It isn't working this year. The play calling needs to be either tweaked very significantly, or we need to remove the source of all of our offensive play calling woes, which is around Matt Canada. The Steelers still have a great defense. Our defense is great. Even without TJ Watt, we've still been playing pretty good defense with Minkah Fitzpatrick really stepping back up after an off year last year. Our defense is great. We have great offensive weapons. We just aren't utilizing our offense correctly. And then I think, again, part of the blame is with Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think a lot of the players have been coming up and saying this, that something within the organization is different. Somebody, I don't know who it is. It could be Mike Tomlin. Somebody is letting Matt Canada not take as much blame as he needs to be taking, because he's taking a lot of blame from the Steelers fans. A lot of the Steelers fans are against Matt Canada, but the story isn't getting out to the broader NFL news places, and I don't know why. I don't know how. Mike Tomlin is a very stoic coach. He doesn't really give a much away in press interviews, so we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. But there has to be some. I don't know why, but there is some reason that Matt Canada is still in charge, and a lot of the Steelers fans want to know why that is.
Interesting. Yo, and look, and there's definitely blame that needs to go around. We all know, as you've seen as Matt Canada, who you've been saying, and something's gonna have to change. A lot of people expected Pittsburgh to do a lot more this year and to have those 2 early losses to a New England team that, a lot of people aren't really believing in, and that year 2 of Mac Jones, and then obviously against the Browns, who you guys know about the daggone Browns. So this is definitely something that's going to wake people up, and we'll see what happens. Do want to say it is week 3, so let's not overreact. But whenever you lose to Browns, that does cause a little bit of overreaction. My guy, I know you're feeling, you shared your pain with us. This is therapy. So I'm going to take you off, just let you get a breather, let you compose yourself. We'll bring you back in for the game of the week. Want to say I appreciate you, Colin. We'll see you soon. Yeah, buddy.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.